Welcome back to Red Hawk Media. Today we're looking at camera follow, and I thought it was time that we updated to a new package that's been added onto Unity, Cinemachine. Let's get started. First, we're going to download the new package. So we're going to go up to the window menu and go to Package Manager. In Package Manager, you're going to see all sorts of different packages that are available, but what we're looking for is Cinemachine. So we're going to scroll down alphabetically. Once selected, we're going to install it. Once the installation is complete here, we'll be closing the Package Manager. With Cinemachine installed, we go to the Cinemachine menu and create 2D camera. Once we create the 2D camera, we're going to drag it up next to our main camera, just for organization. Next thing we're going to be doing is telling it what to follow. So you'll see this empty follow. We're going to grab our player and drag it in. With a couple easy steps, we can now see that the camera will follow the player. The only problem to this is it's following perfectly, but almost too perfectly. So when we get close to the edges, like down below here, we can see the gray workspace in the back. When we get up to the edge here, we can see the workspace off to the right side, and we can see that there's nothing confining the camera right now. We can see all of the errors. So to limit that, we're going to create a confiner. In the inspector, the Cinemachine VCam, we have add extensions. We're going to add a Cinemachine confiner. This confiner works off of a polygonal collider, which we're going to put onto the background. So we're going to add a component, type in polygonal, and we're going to choose polygonal collider 2D. Now I'm going to edit the collider here so that it fits my background. Now you'll see I've got two different backgrounds here. We've got the smaller background of the caves, and then I've got the larger one. Nice thing of the polygonal collider is that I can adjust it to fit that size. After adding the polygonal collider on the background, we're going to take the background and put it into the bounding shape 2D on the confiner. Final step, which I almost forgot, on the polygonal collider, it has to be a trigger. Once triggered, we're going to go in and test this out. Now you can see the camera moving along smoothly with the character. And we don't see any of that stuff on the bottom anymore because it's being confined. And once we get up to the side, you'll see here that we're not seeing the far side of our workspace. In fact, the camera won't follow our character over or down. Now the beauty of Cinemachine is it has more settings than what meets the eye. So we've confined the camera, now it's just the lens. The lens, we can adjust the size to either zoom in or zoom out on our character. We're going to do this in play mode and take a look at it. So you're going to see we're going to zoom in here and we're zooming out. And that's one of the things that we can adjust, so we can see what kind of platformer experience we want to create. Now in the body area, we're going to adjust the look ahead time. The look ahead time is if you've got like a platform game that's really focused on running and speed, we would create a look ahead time. You can see the yellow dot or the yellow square go out ahead of our character, and that's looking ahead. So the camera is cheating ahead a little bit to the direction that the character's running in. We put the look ahead smoother on there just to smooth the camera coming back to a standstill. Now another adjustment is if we want the screen to be focused on more to the left or to the right, we can go ahead and do the screen X adjustment here. Sometimes platformers, the character is not adjusted perfectly to the center of the screen, and this is how you can set that up, especially when a lot of the levels are built left to right. Now the dead zone width is an area within which your character can move or not move. So when there's a very limited dead zone width, the camera follows very closely. When you expand that width, however, now you'll see that this character can move in that area, no camera follow, until they get outside of the dead zone. We're going to set that back to fairly close here. And now you can see again the camera's following with that look ahead. So a lot of settings in here, and there's more included than that. In a future tutorial, we'll get more in depth on that. But that's the end of Cinemachine for today. And thanks again for joining us at Red Hawk Media. Bye.